Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing a full face of makeup on Joyce. The catch is we are going to go to the drugstore and buy all these products for as inexpensively as we can. We're going to see if we can, I guess we'll call this the $100 challenge.
How much does it take to make me beautiful?
How much money does it cost to do a full face at the drugstore? If you have no makeup, you go and you buy a full face. How much is that going to cost you? And what will it look like?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed that that works. So we're gonna put some footage in of us shopping and then we will be back to apply this to her face. All right guys, so we are at CVS and we are gonna go and try and find a full face of, I would say cheap makeup, but we're just gonna call it drugstore makeup because it's insane how expensive drugstore's gotten. But we're gonna see how much it costs to get a full face of makeup at CVS. So, you ready to go shopping?
For my pale skin tone. So let's see.
Yes, we are close. I'm a little bit lighter than her. So the makeup's gonna kind of...
It's only because I went to the beach.
You went to the beach.
I did.
I think I'm always lighter than you though. Like,
always? I'm pretty pale.
Girl, I have no tone, no tone in my skin.
We're glow in the dark. That's our coloring. Glow in the dark.
We are ghosts.
We're not
Ghostbusters. Anyways, so we're going to head into CVS and we are going to attempt to find a full face of makeup for as cheap as we possibly can.
All right.
A good full face of makeup though. We don't want
gross
crud on our face, right?
No.
All right guys, here we go.
Not one smells. At least maybe you could do it without samples.
Yeah, I suppose that's... Oh, I've heard about this new brand, Joa. Maybe we can see how much this stuff is. And the prices are missing. Come on, CVS. All right, so we have blush and a baby and a primer. We need to find a foundation and concealer. Those are some main ones. Well, a lot of drugs...
Where the pale people at?
A lot of drugstore items don't go light enough in a lot of their products.
Tell me one of these that actually matches my skin. The answer is none of that.
Yeah. We are on the hunt for a concealer that is light enough. This is the lightest concealer we can find in CVS. And it's almost 12 bucks. Come on, drugstore. We can do better.
Still $12.
Shade range and this, they all look the same.
They're only $5 though.
Yeah. And I do know I love this foundation. Very, very good. Yes. Come on, Wet n Wild. Joyce is trying to decide if this looks good on her. Which one? Okay, I'll do this one. Alright guys, we are back from CVS. We have a full face, don't go to sleep, of makeup back here. And so we're going to break it down, tell you how much it costs for all of this. And then we're going to put it on her face and see how it goes. So after shopping at CVS, and then we have a couple of other things from other places, it was right at about $100 for us. This is the pre-tax amount, so plus tax.
Pre-tax.
Plus tax, it's a little over $100 for an entire face of makeup. So
makeup's expensive.
even at the drugstore, like, it's crazy. Some of the brands that used to be like $3 for something, it's like $11. NYX has gone up in the last couple of years. It's insane. But we'll go through each item. I'll tell you how much it costs and how it applies. So, and by the way, the baby is sleeping right behind the camera. So if it sounds like we're whispering, we are. All right guys, so we're gonna start with this. This is from Joa. This is actually a new brand. I know it's in CVS, but I'm not sure where else you can find it. But this is the Glow Activator Radiance Primer.
It's got gold flecks in it.
Yes. We'll see how that actually looks on the skin. This was, how many dinero? Joa Primer. $9.99. So let's open this up and put it on your face. Can I open it? It is a nice glass bottle though. I do love all the packaging on the Joa stuff. So this is the Joa Glow Activator. Let's see what this... It definitely feels dimethicone-y, which it does have dimethicone in it.
What does that even mean?
It's a pore filling kind of anything, it feels like slippery. Okay, we're going to apply this to the face.
Oh, that's weird.
Isn't that weird? It's supposed to fill in the pores and find lines.
I feel like if you melted rubber gloves, this is what it would feel like.
That's awesome. Right, so there is that. Next is the foundation that we found. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Foundation. This contains natural coconut. So this is the lightest shade they had, is light ivory, and this costs $8.99. So the primer was more than the foundation.
But
that's crazy.
The Wet n Wild products were buy one get one 50% off.
So, but we got 50% off of the $2.64 one.
Of course.
So, you know.
It was a lot lighter on than it looks in the
Then it looks in
packaging.
the, yeah. In here it looks like super dark. Look at that. But we're gonna go in. I'm gonna start with this and see how this applies it, and then if we need to get the brush out, we will. It's lighter than it looked. Yeah, let's let them see. Let's let them see too. Alright, so I'm using my IT Cosmetics Love as the foundation brush. And we're just going to stipple this. We're going to go right into here, and I don't know if I'm picking anything up. Yes, I am. Yeah, this is actually light enough. I'm impressed. It looks so dark on the cushion. So this is giving her some coverage. It's not covering. She has a lot of freckles, which I think are adorable. But it's definitely letting those show through, but it is evening out her skin tone nicely. So it's a light to medium coverage. I think that you are supposed to be able to build it up, but I don't like putting on 50 layers of foundation. Foundation application, what do you think? How does it feel?
It feels good.
Is that supposed to be mirrored? Yeah.
It's a little like, I don't know the word.
Is
Like
it cakey? It's a little bit cakey. Yeah. Which is weird because cushion foundations are generally lighter and not as heavy.
It
Wow, that was
feels
smart.
It feels heavier than when I have the primer on, and it looks a little cakey up close.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it looks with the rest on. All right, next up, this is the lightest concealer that we can find at the drugstore.
Which was a challenge.
Very, very big challenge. This is the Revlon Color Stay Concealer in the shade Fair. And this was $11.79.
$12.
Yes. Okay. So let's see what this shade looks like. I honestly think the foundation's lighter.
That's not good.
Hopefully the powder does well. Okay, so I'm using the Flower Beauty sponge. This is a drugstore sponge, which you can actually get Flower Beauty at Ulta now. And bring this onto the lids just a smidge.
So you can't use the Beauty Blender one on the whatever that foundation was because it's like a sponge, right?
Oh, the cushion?
Mhm.
You probably could actually. That might make it a little less cakey. All right, look up. Yeah, that might make it look better. In fact, I'm just gonna go over it. Maybe take a lay the cake. Okay, next is another one from Wet n Wild. This is the Photo Focus Pressed Powder. I like the Photo Focus line. The Photo Focus. Can I say that? Photo Focus. Photo Focus. The Photo
Focus. Pick peppers.
The Photo Focus foundation is actually one of my favorite drugstore ones. So, anyways, so this was how much? $4.99. Yeah. $4.99 for pressed powder, not bad. This is, ooh, soft. You want to feel?
It is very soft.
Oh, it's a good match.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not too much coverage. I will say the packaging on this obviously is very, very cheap and flimsy, but it's $4.99. So as long as the product is good, I'm fine with that. All right, so we're gonna go in and set her under eyes real quick. And then I'm going to take this monster powder brush and just lightly set the rest of her face.
What makes it a monster brush?
It's big.
I didn't know that's actually what it was called.
No, this is actually like the Heavenly Luxe complexion powder. It's a powder brush. It's just big. There's different sizes, and this is in monster. Okay, I forgot to get a bronzer, but I already have one, so this wasn't included in the total price, so this is like 12 bucks or something, I think. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Everybody and their mother knows about this.
Oh, it smells so good.
And it smells like a tropical vacation.
I need a bronze just for that.
Right?
I think I just got it on my nose.
It's okay, we'll just bronze your nose too. We're just gonna do some light bronzing. Oh my, see, your face shape with bronzer just like enhances that.
I need bronzer.
Bronzer. And this one makes you smile when you're getting ready because it smells so good.
It smells so good.
It really does. So, obviously I like this one. Next we're gonna go in with some blush. This is a Milani blush in Tea Rose. This is their beautiful flower. I've actually had this one for a while, so I didn't just buy it, but this was $6.97 blush. It has, to me, a weird smell. Like,
oh
yeah, don't smell it. But it's a beautiful blush. So
make sure you put your bronzer on to cover up.
yes. So let's rosy up these cheeks. Joyce likes some rosy cheeks.
Yeah, I like a little heavier on the blush.
I'm working on it. I'm trying. Is that pretty? Blush. I can't be snipping so well through this. We have another Wet n Wild product. As you can see, Wet n Wild is one of my favorites. They have some good products. This is the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in Blossom Glow. It is a pinky highlight.
Pretty sure it was $4.99 too.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Of highlighting. Pretty. Look at that highlight. So again, that was another add-on, so that's another $5. So a full face. Oh my gosh, so much. All right, this is, I think, our last Wet n Wild product. This is the long-lasting eyeshadow primer. This is again their photo focus line. So I have high hopes, but we'll see. This is supposed to boost the shadow color, make it long-lasting, and it dries invisibly and never creases.
Never.
We shall see. This was, so this is about $5 for this eyeshadow primer.
Gross.
Let me like shake it or something. It was like bubbling.
Shake, shake, shake.
Okay, let's.
Shake your eyeshadow primer.
Okay, this is weird. I know you can't see. Oh! It looks so
It
cool.
looks like a pimple. It looks like she just popped a big old pimple. I'm like so grossed out. I don't know if I want it on my face.
Initial thoughts? We'll see. Okay, next up is a Maybelline product. I don't use a whole lot of Maybelline, but I was curious about this. This is the Soda Pop eyeshadow palette.
Soda Pop.
This was $13.99. We didn't see the price.
Which there was no price tags for anything at CVS
yeah,
today.
at CVS, I don't know what happened to their prices, but they were all not there. Not a fan of drugstore shadows. They don't normally perform well enough for me, and maybe I'm just too picky, but we'll see how this does. I think some of these pretties are color. I think some of these colors are pretty, so we're going to...
Do these smell?
I doubt it.
Actually, they kind of do.
Mm.
Like grape soda, kind of.
It's kind of grape soda-y, but it's not good, in my opinion. Okay. So we're going to start with ginger ale and set down that primer, since that is a tacky primer. It's a little bit dusty, but not... Well, okay, it's a little bit dusty.
Is dusty bad?
Dusty is not bad. If it's dusty, it could potentially have fallout, like more fallout, because it's, you know, dusty and it falls. But sometimes dusty means that it'll blend better. It really just depends on how it goes in the eyes is all that matters. Some people don't like it because like their palette will get all dirty because powder will be all over. So that could be a drawback, but dusty shadows don't necessarily mean bad shadows. Does that make any sense? Let's start with Sugar High. I'm starting with Sugar High just to deepen up the crease a smidge before we go in with some color. That has some decent you can't see what I'm doing. That has some decent pigmentation. Put some color on this face. So we're gonna go with Cherry on top and see what that looks like. Fingers crossed. There's some pigmentation there though. Let's see. And that one's actually not dusty at all. Look at that. There's like no dust. not at all. Okay, we're gonna stamp this. Sorry, we're gonna stamp this on the outer corner. See how much pigment comes off. That is actually a really pretty color. I will say, and this is one thing I don't like about drugstore eyeshadows, is I am having to take longer to blend and build. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna go in with cherry cola. We're gonna put this on her lid and see how that looks. I'm going in with a dry brush first to see how this performs. It has decent pigmentation. There is like zero shine with that shade with a dry brush. But it is almost looking darker than that outer corner color. So I'm gonna have to bring this on the outside. This is going in a completely different direction than I had planned. Because that completely covered up that other shade. The other shade's gone.
Oh my.
Yeah. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with Soda Fizz right here and put this on the inner half to see if we can brighten this look up a little bit. Okay, this shade is a lot of sparkle and not quite as much pigmentation. There is pigmentation there, clearly, but it's a little bit sheer. Like I can still see her lip color through it. So I'm gonna try and pack a little bit more on. But it has chunks of glitter instead of, oh my gosh. Instead of like a sheen or lights glitter, it's like chunks of glitter on her eye. Like look at it.
Yep.
That's glitter, isn't it? Mm. All right, since we are already off the deep end with this look, we are going to go ahead and see how another shadow performs. Take that grape color. We're gonna take Grape Pop, and I'm gonna put that on her lower lash line and see how much pigmentation there is. Okay, there's a bunch of fallout under her eyes from the Cherry Cola shade. In addition, I really, really hate that Cherry Cola shade. Let's take, we're gonna try and get some of this fallout out. So I'm gonna go back into that Cherry on Top shade and go on the outer corner at the bottom. I like this shade and the grape one together. They're really, really pretty. We're gonna put some liner on next and see if we can salvage this out. All right, so that was the Maybelline Soda Pop. I like saying that, Soda Pop.
And we give it a thumbs down.
I don't know, there may be some good shades. I didn't use tonic. Wow, that's pathetic. I'm gonna swatch this real quick just so you can see all of these. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 across the top first.
You can barely see
It's
that.
really chalky. There's no pigmentation.
That one's got
That
some.
one is a good shade. The Cola Float one actually works. Okay, next 4, we're gonna go into Soda Fizz, Grape Pop, Cherry on Top, and Root Beer. Okay, so here was Soda Fizz. That one actually has pigmentation in the swatch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I have on her inner half. That Grape Pop is such a pretty purple though. And then there was the, wow, okay, this tells me that this will blend away into nothing if you keep blending and blending this shade. I'm feeling that one's gonna be hard for some people to work with. And then, oh, that Root Beer is very gray toned. That's not a pretty, it's supposed to be brown. It looks very gray toned brown. Like, that's not very pretty to me. And then the last 2 shades, I haven't even touched the blue one yet. So Blue Raspberry and Cherry Cola. I hate you. Blue Raspberry and Cherry Cola. Cherry Cola, I will give it its pigmented. It took over that eye. And then Blue Raspberry. Blue Raspberry is really soft. And that one might be pretty, but it's, I don't know. It's not as reliable as I would like an eyeshadow palette to perform. All right, next up is the eyeliner. This is the Physicians Formula Ultra Fine Liquid Eyeliner. This has lash conditioning serum in it, and this is in Ultra Black. This retails for $11.49. I don't know how much we're gonna get this on camera because I'm gonna be like, but here we go. This is fine. It's not as black as I was expecting it to be because it's called Ultra Black. But I do like the tip on it. It's kind of it bleeds. And it's not, it's not like, look at my hand. It's not like super
Oh, it's not.
saturated. It's kind of, it's not as intense as I feel like it should be. So I'm having to go over it and over it and over it, and then I'm having a hard time staying on the same line. It's weird because I've heard this one's really pigmented, but this is not. I don't know if I haven't shaked it enough. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. So we are nearing completion on this face. Your face looks good. Your eyes look a little crazy, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going. This is another Joa product, which the brand as a whole looks really, really, the packaging just draws you, man. It's so pretty. This is the Eye Scream Volume and Length Mascara from Joa. Love the colors of the packaging. I love the packaging on this. Let's check out.
Looks very black. Ew. What is that?
Okay. Hold this. I'm gonna get a close-up of this. This looks like it's growing stuff. I don't know if you can see this at all, but I know these are just fibers, but it looks like there's like stuff growing on it. It looks so gross.
So like, I'm a pretty big mascara girl. Like that's one thing I can say. And this is not catching the lash super well.
And it doesn't look super black either.
And it's not. Here, let me do
She has nice eyelashes, and this is not.
And it's
clean.
very clumpy. I can't get this to build up at all. Yeah, not a fan.
What?
And it's also because there's like all these random clumps, it's hard enough to actually get them like in your eyes.
Okay, so there's the mascara. I was excited about Joa. This is not, that one's a dud. We are getting close. This is the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. This is in the shade, are you okay?
Yeah, it's like in my eye. Okay, I'm not gonna lie though.
They look longer, right?
I'm like kind of digging this eyeshadow.
Oh, you like the eyeshadow now?
It's like crazy and like don't get
It's
me,
very different for her.
like the gold flecks like are kind of clumpy, but it's kind
It's-
of cool.
Hi, baby.
I don't hate it.
It's a little bit sparkly for you, but you don't hate it now?
I don't hate it. The mascara is terrible, but I don't hate the eyeshadow.
Yay! This is a really good one if you don't want to spend the money on the Gimme Brow from Benefit. This is, no, Tinted Brow. But there's also an Essence one that I use that's really good. This one, the only downside is the applicator brush is kind of big. So if you have small brows, it can be difficult to not get it all over your face. Yeah, I use
My eyes are like burning from that mascara.
Sorry.
What is okay? Something
Are you
like
okay?
wrong with my eye.
Okay, please don't buy this mascara. Okay, we had to take a break because she had to get eye drops because the mascara was like all in her eyes. So
It was like
I'm gonna
stinging
say,
my eyes.
yeah, I'm gonna say stay away from that. Again, that's the Joa, which one? Volume and Lengthening Mascara. They had 4 different ones. Don't get this. This is Wet n Wild Catsuit Liquid Matte Lipstick. The packaging on this actually feels nice. It's kind of weighted.
It does. It feels expensive.
And this one was $4.99. So we're gonna let Joyce apply her lips.
Okay.
And let's see. How does it feel? Is it thin, thick?
Thinner. Like you can still.
It's not super opaque. Like I can still see her lips through.
Yeah, it's very like see-through. Thank you.
Definitely having to put a lot of it on, but if it stays all day.
It feels. I mean, I guess I have to wait for it to dry, but it feels like I'm just wearing normal lipstick. Like I don't feel dried out.
Yeah? All right, so this is the final look. She threw a little bit of gloss on top because she doesn't like a matte lip as much.
No, I like it a lot.
She likes the lasting power, but she wants some gloss.
some gloss.
Some gloss.
I want you glossy.
So we just put some Catrice Vitamin Lip Treatment on top. Again, drugstore. I actually think the colors on your eyes look really good with your eyes. I feel like your eye color is popping right now.
And I think the lipstick makes my lips look big, so.
You look pretty.
Good.
I think the journey was rough, but the end result is actually really gorgeous. Oh, shoot.
Oh, setting spray.
Okay, so we're not done. I'm sorry. This is Catrice Prime and Fine Long Lasting Multi-Talent Fixing Spray.
Oh, that smells great. So I think what were successes in this.
Yes.
Wet n Wild powder.
Yes, the powder, the Photo Focus powder.
Wet n Wild powder was great.
I think this is a good, I'm going to keep testing this out, but I think this was very good.
I thought this blush looked really good.
Very beautiful.
Also, the eyebrows. I have thicker eyebrows, so it works really well on me, and it's easy and quick.
Yeah. Okay, thoughts on this? Thoughts?
I don't like it.
I don't personally like it either. I think that if you are just getting into makeup and you want to play with a little color and you don't have much money to spend, I think this would be fine to play with. Some of these colors, like the purples in here, they're really pretty actually. But for my everyday kind of makeup, I want something that I can depend on and something that's going to last and perform well and I don't have to mess with. Because we had to mess with this a lot to get this. If I used my other palettes, higher end palettes, then I think it would have been a lot faster. Does that make sense?
No, I agree. So if you're just trying to get into makeup, it's going to be harder to make yourself look good.
Yeah. So for me, it's a pass. Yes?
Yes.
Mascara, major pass.
Major pass.
Do not buy this. I'm going to take a picture of this. So gross.
So you can see the
I'm going to take a picture of this and insert it.
Looks like a caterpillar.
It does. So gross. Obviously, I've been using this for...
Everyone should buy that for their unhappiness.
The butter bronzer is amazing. This is in the shade light bronzer. Eyeshadow primer, I don't know that it did anything good or bad. I do like the Wet n Wild highlighter, so I have been using this for a little while. This is a beautiful highlight. It's not too in your face, but it definitely has some shine. Foundation, not bad, not good.
Yeah, it was fine.
I do enjoy the Catrice setting spray. The dewy one I've heard is very good, but I can't find it because the Tayla has talked about it and it's sold out everywhere. But this is a good one.
And
I
the
do
smell
like
is really great.
It's a rosy smell, so if you're sensitive to scents, you might want to stay away from it, but it does smell good. And the concealer, it's not great, but it's not like it's cakey or anything. It did cover up a little bit of dark circles, so I think there are...
a lot of meh today.
Yeah. I think there are better concealers out there, and there are probably even better ones at the drugstore than this. So, meh.
Meh.
You're right, meh. So there was a lot of meh, but there were a couple of standouts, and the total value of everything we put on her face is right here. Can you believe that? Drugstore makeup. So maybe I'll do a high-end one too, but with products I already own, because oh my gosh, it gets so
Expensive.
And the high-end one, I would love to compare the price of a full face of high-end versus drugstore. That would be really cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you want to see future videos, hit that subscribe button down below. All right, guys, see you next time. Stay gorgeous. Bye. And we'll see you next time.
Stay beautiful.
That's not my line.
No, it's not. Stay gorgeous. Oh god, I forgot. Sorry.
Does she know me but at all?
That's my line. I just took it. Stay gorgeous.
All right, we're gonna put some
20 hours later. You know how SpongeBob used to do that?
I want
icing on there.
Man, I want cake now.
Ooh, we can go get
Chocolate cake.
Oh, we can make cookies.
Joyce is enjoying eating her new concealer.
Like a beaver.
All right, guys, we are at... It's so weird because I'm looking at you and then me and then... Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready? Go.
It's hard because you need to look there and it's like, I'm looking here.
Oh, okay. Hold on, restart it.
Full face of... I feel weird. I'm like this. Why am I doing this? I'm praying. I'm praying it works.